Ready?
Yep.
2, ready, go. Grab your friends and gather around. Hear the stories when you're down. With songs and smiles for miles. If you're looking for a place to go, I know one hell of a show. There's a place that'll make you glad. Opposite of being sad. Welcome back to Dope Discussions with Dick and Dank. Hanging out here in the Core Tucky Oasis once again. I got my good buddy Dick here, who's man, I had something good to say and I already forgot. Oh, the song. If that song doesn't put you in a good mood to smoke weed, I don't know what will.
Right. That is a toe tapper.
Toe tapper. Sure. And then we learned on an episode ago or two that Dick's bad at math, apparently, and time conversion and whatnot. You know, he had to struggle with Australians, which I think he had it right, but then they canceled on us last second.
Hey, that was 17 hours difference.
I understand the struggle.
Okay,
but,
all right.
But today, what's the excuse? Because they were in the Eastern time zone and you messed it up.
I thought they were in the Central time zone.
Time zone and still got the math wrong.
Right.
So one time zone away, you got the math wrong. We're an hour late. He had an appointment or something. Luckily, the Trauma Translator, who's been a guest before, his first episode here was episode 28, Trauma Translator. What a great individual. We've talked about him often. If we've got him right here. He's in his living room here. He luckily was available. Thank you for being available and willing to come on our episode last second. I had Dick here, and I didn't want to waste the opportunity to record while he's here. So Trauma Translator, how you been?
I've been doing good. Thank you guys for the opportunity and for allowing me to scamper around and try to pull everything together. It is one of my superpowers, which is coming against an obstacle and finding the best solution through it.
Oh, this is why I love you. This is why I love you. You're awesome.
That's what you guys challenged me with this morning. So I feel like you did a bro check on me. You're like, hey, we're gonna see if you're really up to your stuff. Can you really get ready? Can you really do what you say? Can you really show up in a moment's notice and give everything you got? And y'all guys put me to that, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that check. That's what a friend does.
Well, you know what?
On your challenge.
I appreciate you because Instagram is the one of the. We're on all the social medias, but Instagram's the one that I spend most of my time on, Mr. Dank 5. But because we follow each other, you post quite a bit on there, and always great motivational videos. You're either running something, climbing something, or just challenging people to push themselves and do more. And I appreciate that. Because of that, I've been telling my kid I'm going to hit the gym, and because he lifts every day and in great physical shape, and I need to. And because of that, because of him, and then because of you, just that extra, what's your excuse? Go do it. And now I've actually officially hit the gym twice now.
Ooh,
Twice now.
In how many days?
Yeah. Within a week. Within a week. Because he took me.
Wow.
Well, here's how it started. We went on a Saturday, and he's in a rotation. He goes a good 5 days a week, takes 2 rest days, and then he's got push days, pull days, and legs. Right.
Wow.
So he's got a routine: push, pull, and legs. And now he's 17. He's been doing this since 13, I think. He's been lifting weights.
Let's celebrate him.
Absolutely. And it's made him first team all conference 2 years running on his football team.
He's a worker.
Wow.
Absolutely. So it makes me proud to see this. Yep. And then, turning 50 this year, I need to get back into shape. If I'm going to keep living, I want to see what he does. I got to see his kids, what they do. If he has kids or whatever. But, I want to be there for him as long as I can. So I got to get in shape now. And 50, I think that's the marker to kick your ass. So anyway, we went Saturday, and he says, all right, let me show you around the gym, make sure I'm doing proper technique, whatever, get some checks on some weight limits and whatever, stretching properly, all the things. So I couldn't interrupt his lift, right? So he went ahead early. He did his lift. And then I said, I'll show up when you're about done. I'll get on a treadmill. I'll stretch. I'll warm up. I'll be ready. He's like, okay. So I show up. I'm getting ready. And then he says, okay. He starts putting me through them. He's like, all right. And some of them were just doing the bar. Some of them were doing some weights, curls and all kinds of stuff. It's like, all right, I'm feeling pretty good. Pushing myself to the limits on all the thing we're doing. I was like, all right. And then he gets done. He said, no, we went through everything I do. Now that's about a 3-day rotation. I only do about a third of that a day. I was like, now you tell me this? You do a third of that? Thanks a lot. So then it was kind of a father-son thing. And then Banjo's going to go along. We go bowling later. So, all right, she didn't want to bowl. She wanted to watch us go bowling. It's like, all right. So then we went to the gym. Then we go bowling. I don't go bowling often, right? Again, more muscles I don't use often. I wake up the next morning and say, oh, my God, do I hurt. I could barely move. It took me, I think, 3 days to recover from first day, I didn't want to move. Second days, I'm sore. I'm stretching better. Third day's like, all right, I'm still a little sore, but I can at least function again.
Well, you're getting old.
I know, but I didn't let that stop me. So then I took a long walk, a good 3 mile an hour walk or whatever, and went around 2 mile walk. So I did that just to get going. And then the next day I went back to the gym and tried to do just at least a push set, 1 set. So at least we're on track.
I call those walks recovery roaming.
Yeah. I was like, I gotta move. I gotta get things loosened up because it's stiff. And if I let it sit, it's not going to help. So
right.
Yeah. Drink water, get moving. But what I'm saying is, I got it started, and thanks to Trauma Translator motivating. Not only did you help me there, Trauma Translator, you also we're able to use you often in our episodes because I use you as an example with your phantom nerve pain and the fact that cannabis can treat that specific issue for you. And Dara, I've been saying, obviously there's no cure for you, but
it's gonna be a management program till the day I die, and that's been probably the hardest thing for me to try to relocate is myself as somebody that doesn't have to be a part of the pain all the time, or somebody that doesn't have to play a part in the loss of the leg all the time. Because when I'm always playing that part and I can't remove myself as the person that can help myself and just be that one guy, just that one guy today that can just help me, I try to do too many roles, and phantom pain just eats me up. And that's why I want to give a shout out also to Hope Farms while I'm early in this podcast, because she has been a major game changer and player in my life. She she helped me in the beginning when nobody even knew how to understand, and I barely knew how to describe it. She helped me with RSO oil. She started getting it CBD oil to me. She started getting RSO oil to me, and I didn't know how I was going to even function or what was going to happen. I just knew that everything was going downhill so fast, and it was on a slippery, muddy slope. And I knew something bad was coming. I knew something instinctively because I had been through so much damage in my life. I had come from so much trauma since the second grade. I instinctively knew this time, if I didn't do something drastically different that even I couldn't understand the outcome, I knew the outcome was going to be devastating to me. It was going to be devastating to my family. It was heading for a dead end for me.
right.
Not because I was so depressed I couldn't handle the pain. I didn't want to do it anymore.
Right.
I just didn't want to live it. I didn't want to wake up anymore. I was tired of not sleeping and not eating. I was tired of feeling like a failure and beating myself up for what I didn't even know how to treat yet.
Right.
So when RSO and this plant came into my life, it was the biggest game changer that ever happened to me. Oxygen wasn't even giving me the relief. Honestly, oxygen was not giving me the relief this plant did, because the oxygen was leading me to a place where I was trying to check out. I just breathing wasn't happening. It didn't make me feel good.
Wow.
I needed to stop hurting. I needed to stop reliving why this happened to me. And I couldn't do it if I couldn't get rid of the pain.
Yeah.
And the pain was my nerves that were at the end of my nub trying to tell me I'm hurt and I got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
I've been cut off and cut on and butchered, and it's terrible and it's terrifying and it's scary, and
Now
all those feelings right here.
self-preservation mode.
I got nowhere to put them.
Yeah.
But back up in your mind and scare you to death with them every day.
Yeah.
Cannabis stops that. I don't know how. I still have to have you guys to help me translate this I can't translate the cannabis health. I can translate trauma, but I need you guys to help me translate how cannabis built a connection, a bridge, a sound foundation, a safety program, an outreach development system where people were able to reach in when I couldn't reach out.
We're trying to be that voice as we're trying to be weed advocates. We'd like to be able to do this for a living, just to be able to share. If we can be the tool to share the message that you have to the world. But as I was saying, you connected to us with, who was it?
Hangfire Genetics.
Hangfire Genetics, who one that gave us another episode, gave us some more education for the people that were able to create the strain specific to fight your phantom nerve pain. Because we talked about growing, obviously that's the primary function, getting the cannabis to use, but then to be able to cross-pollinate to find the specific strain to help you and your need was amazing. So, and the fact that we could talk to them and they so willingly shared everything they went through, and then to your point, to find the people now that have enough knowledge with cannabis and how it works and the terpenes and the different varieties of plants and how it can affect the different conditions that need healed. Our latest episode, the Rogue Herbalist, which now it's a few episodes later, but the Rogue Herbalist.
I listened to it twice yesterday, learned about me through someone else's story.
Right.
Wasn't she amazing?
She's amazing.
She knows so much.
Yeah.
And she can put it. What I enjoy about her is she was able to put it into more layman terms.
Yes.
Easier to understand.
It was very easy to understand.
Yeah, and she's helping us.
You want to listen to it twice.
Understand the plant. And I just think Dope Discussions with Dick and Dank is creating a network of people that together we can make a difference, because we've got the lawyer, right? We're stronger with Stogner, right? We've got plenty of growers. We've got plenty of advocates. We've got plenty of patients. Everybody has a positive message to share about cannabis, and then we're running into the people that are explaining, how the government is just hiding it just because they can't profit off the thing that's here since, as we say, the dawn of time. As long as humans have been here, cannabis has been here for us to heal us and treat us, and they want to hide that and take that away from us.
Right.
Just because they can't profit off, and then that's when I go back to, we're just ants on a hill. And there's people, the puppet masters, that they're just controlling the ants on the hill because they have the billions of dollars. And it's like, where's the humanity if we're here on Earth as humanitarians, as humans, and if we're going to survive as a race, because now we're getting to the point of technology where it's doing all the remedial tasks for us. So we don't have to have the laborers doing the backbreaking stuff. You can have the people that train and repair the robots, whatever. I saw Robots cartoon movie. Anyway, but working with robots in a positive light this time. Sometimes I'm negative, but they're going to do all that remedial task and then bring out cannabis to heal the human race, because now we're going out to other planets, right? Because now Elon Musk wants a place.
No, we're just the moon now.
Well, right, but
he gave up Mars.
You know why? Because once he gets to the moon, then Mars is a little easier, right?
We're lily pad.
It's a leap. Yeah, he's leap. How many satellites is he trying to put up to circulate? I mean, it's going to be a network of satellites. Which this is the AI part that scares me. Which you saw the Super Bowl commercial about the Ring doorbell that recognizes a dog, and which I think it's a great effort that it can search through all the Ring doorbells and find your lost dog. Well, there it is, because they can match. That's great. But then it's like they convert that very quickly to facial recognition. Now you can track anybody you want everywhere they go, all over the neighborhood.
It's a slippery slope.
In a bad way, if you got a criminal running around, you're trying to track him. That's great.
Well, look at this deal with Savannah Guthrie's mom.
Yeah, maybe you could have found them right away.
Well, no, but what I'm talking about is so. And this is something people aren't talking about with it. So the Google Nest, they didn't have an account. So it wasn't supposed to be recording.
Right.
But it clearly was recording, and they went back and were able to get footage off of it, which is great. I mean, for the situation,
in this instance, but what happens when there's a divorce going on?
Right.
And somebody has enough money, maybe there was an account they didn't pay for, but somebody has enough money, or to pay for a neighbor's Ring doorbell. Hey, I'm going to steal his footage to catch my wife or husband cheating on him.
It becomes as shady as everything
exactly
has a side of shade.
Maybe get your opinion. It'll throw us way off topic because I'm high already. But I like to ask this question to people, since we've already asked you our standard questions, though. Out of movies that take place in the future, which one do you think's most accurate? Because there's a movie that takes place in the future where it's using AI and facial recognition, and it's tracking people who, before they commit the crime, because it already predicts the crime you're going to commit, and it's able to stop people.
There's a movie like that.
Yeah.
No, I know which one. I know I haven't seen it, but I know which one you're talking about. And it's playing this game.
It's
Yeah,
like
you
Tom
have to be
Cruise
on
in it. Yeah.
and figure it out. How? Yeah.
Yeah. Dunk will know instantly, but she's not
I
on the
haven't
show
seen it,
today.
though, so don't tell me too much about it. But I'll definitely go watch it.
But there's also a movie with Justin Timberlake I watch where the phones we use for everything, right? You're paying for it, you're calling everything, it's tracking you by GPS.
Yep.
And I'm like, at what point do we even need to carry a phone? They're going to surgically implement them into us like a chip, make them so small it's a chip in you, and then you see that in the future where they're making payment transactions on their wrists, and it's not money, it's days of life. Because the AI, the technology has come so far. When you reach 25, your body stops aging. So you're 25 for the rest of your life. And when you go to work, they're paying you in days to live.
Huh.
If you're on welfare, you're going to the welfare bank and you're getting days to live. When you're gambling your days to live.
Huh.
So they would arm wrestle each other and like could trade your length of time to live. Like, it's messed up. But we could get to that.
God, I hope not.
Isn't that crazy? So, yeah,
That
put
is
that out
crazy.
there.
That should be a movie.
Right?
It is a movie.
Let's write a script. Let's write a different script. Let's
There you
write
go.
a script.
Hey, you're a can-do kind of guy. We'll get the ball
I
rolling.
think we're going to write a script. We could write a script.
As heard about
This
here
should be
first on
written
Dick and
down.
Dank. Hey, let's use our network of people and put together a Dick and Dank movie. You saw the promos I made about us making movies.
Pretty good.
Maybe we can be legit and make a movie.
The movie stars are about to be washed out anyway.
Right.
There's a lot of people about to fall. I think it's simply making room for the organic music that's been stored up inside of us. We've been watching all these actors and these big name people and these movie producers and all these successful men doing all these and women doing these successful things. We've stepped back. We've recorded this. Well, it's falling. It's falling apart. It's nothing but an opportunity. It's nothing but an opportunity to start show classing creativity, strength, experience, struggle. That the pain isn't what the story's about. It's just a little bit of the symphony that made the celebration happen and made it even stronger. It's making room for people like us to really start paving the way, give us a voice and a structure. It's built from struggle. You can't even tear it down. You can't even tear that structure down.
They say we're all here for a reason. So if robots are going to do all the remedial things on this earth for us, then we're, like you said, have the freedom, the time to truly search in our soul to find what we're here for, what's our talent, what's our gift, what are we best at? Maybe not better than everybody else in the world, but what is our best thing that we can do or provide to humanity? What is it? And if we're all here to be able to explore our best gift to humanity, to make humanity the best it can be, to make us grow and spread our best humanity to other planets. I don't know. I believe there's aliens. You've talked about aliens because I think it's naive to think we're the only ones here, as big as the universe is.
Obama thinks there's aliens. He admitted it this week.
But what if
things that don't exist can exist. And that sounds weird, but it's just, I believe it too. I believe that there can be anything out there because we can believe everything into existence.
Right.
We're that strong. We're that powerful. We can change everything.
My barber tells me the movies we see on TV, they already know or have the technology to make that shit happen, but they put it out in movies thinking it's not real just to get us used to the idea that it can happen.
I agree with that.
Like 20 years ago, you see a talking, walking robot that looks like a human. You're like, oh, fuck, that's never going to happen. Well, shit, it happened.
Right.
Angie and I look back at the timelines of all the movies, and you're right. Every single movie, I forget how far back, has a marker of something that literally started happening in technology, something that went over in a presidential issue, something that had to do with every single movie leading up to present was preparing us to see how we were going to react. It was like a test pilot.
Right.
See how the community would react, and then they engineered fear into it.
Right.
And they conducted us. We're puppets.
No, we're ants on a hill, man. We're here for somebody's
Ants on a hill.
entertainment.
That's
Are we here for the billionaires' entertainment, the Epstein file entertainment, or is that what we're here for? Or are we here for aliens' entertainment? Or are they out here controlling us remotely, just watching us down on this planet? Look at those idiots. You know,
I think we're here for
You
aliens.
look at what we got them doing today.
right.
Right.
You know, you've played those SimCity things.
Right.
Well, what if we're some alien SimCity? Yeah, I don't
Oh
know.
my God.
You don't know. Watch. I'm gonna drop a bomb. Right. I'm gonna make this one bomb this one today. Watch it. It's funny.
Yeah, they're doing crazy things. Let's take away their kids' school pictures now.
There's
Let's yank stuff away from them.
There's literally a video game where you can spread a virus. You drop it here in China and watch how fast it spreads across. Like it goes in real time. How fast it can spread. What if that's some aliens? I'm gonna drop. Fuck, no, I forgot.
COVID.
I'm gonna drop COVID right here and see how fast it spreads over the world. Oh, look at those idiots! They didn't go inside like they're supposed to. They're stupid. They didn't wash their hands. Right? They couldn't even stay 6 feet away. How dumb are they?
You lost, Jimmy. All your humans are stupid.
Right? Hey, you know I say all the time, you can't fix stupid.
That's true.
You cannot. Aliens can't even fix it. Not even on a game.
Was it Bill Engvall? You ought to just wear signs that says I'm stupid.
I'm stupid. Yeah.
Hey, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see your sign.
Here's your sign.
Yeah.
So how far are you from that Air Force base?
3 miles, maybe about 8 miles. I hear them start the motors up every day. We hear Reveille in the morning at 7.
So from this winter, I went down a rabbit hole, and supposedly there's a UFO at that base.
Dude, there's weird shit in the sky here. I'll tell you that honestly.
Okay, so now I know
I've walked into my living room and I've looked out at like 3 in the morning, and I've looked out and like you can see a tree, but then you can see the hollowed out space in between the limb. And there was like this blinking. I look around, I look back, and it's gone. It's gone. It's just gone. And there's all kinds of lights in the sky. You'll see them, and then they're just gone. They're just simply disappeared.
That's
they're
weird.
Not there anymore.
So from what I have read,
I don't know what crazy shit goes on around here.
Well, and that makes sense because from what I have read, about 90% of what we see in the sky that, you know, what I'm saying we, air quotes, that think that they're UFOs or something along that lines, 90% are ours and 10% are actually UFOs. So if there really is a UFO at that Air Force base near you and you're seeing weird shit in the sky, probably it's mostly our shit that they have back engineered off the UFO that's there. But
I thought it'd be drones. It could be all, but it's stuff that it shows up and it goes away in front of your face. That's what's, you know.
But they make that.
Because I do live so close, I see they fly. They teach people to fly here.
okay,
So they like touch and go all day long and do a ton of night flights. So I've seen it as a standard for 3 years. I've been watching lights don't disappear, but certain times, and it's only after midnight, shit disappears.
All right, how about this though? How about this? Because I guarantee you they have aircraft that they have the stealth bomber that's so narrowly.
Right.
You coat that with some kind of reflective material where you can't see anything, but whatever it reflects around and it's in the sky, it's reflecting more sky.
right,
You know, I'm sure they have that. You turn off the lights, you can't see shit.
right.
So I mean, they can turn on the lights whenever they want. They can spin around. Say, oh shit, that was there and then it was gone. Turn off the light. You know, who knows? So most of it could be U.S. based shit.
Too, and that's kind of crazy.
Say that again.
We have extraterrestrial technology too, and that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Right. Well, supposedly that's where fiber optics came from.
Where did we get it if not from extraterrestrial experience?
Right. Well, that's part of the
Look at
UFO
his-
community. They think
He's studying that question.
I'm trying to watch his reaction.
we're going to get down the rabbit holes today, boys.
Right?
It's easy. It's easy.
What were we talking about?
Yep. Technology, the aliens. I mean, well, we've talked about how do we get here? If because I sometimes say that Adam and Eve could have just been aliens starting from another planet. So I'm saying as we get big enough with our technology, let's send 2 couples. You start a civilization. You're that rich, billionaires. You think you know better. Go fucking start your own planet over there. Just you two, Adam and Eve, do whatever the fuck you want. You know, and maybe that's how we started. We don't know.
Maybe that's why we're all fucked up.
It could be.
Yeah, I don't know.
The only
They
thing
started
that's
fucking
happened
each
since,
other in incest and realized incest doesn't work. But yet there's still
I know.
people thinking it does. They're master race. Incest doesn't work. Let's melting pot. Let's bring everybody together, humanity, just like the plant. How many different strains can you take and combine and make hybrids into a new plant if it's not the same or better than the previous plant, right?
I believe all through time there's been a mind that had to translate everything that happened, and that mind was only strong enough as the current present situation. I honestly believe when they talk about Moses crossing the desert, well, it's not the desert that he crossed. It's that it took him until he was fucking 50 to figure his fucking life out, and that felt like a dang desert.
You're probably right.
And we're over here thinking, man, that you just wandered in the desert, no water. He just let people around, and nobody died. Everyone was healthy and fit, and they built an ark. And no, they didn't. He didn't know what he was doing until he was 50 or something. That's what it is. People just like to imagine the most colorful, creative story, so they can stay dim-witted sometimes.
No shit. It's like, come on now. I mean, to me, the Bible, the
Story
greatest
of a man's life.
Yeah, the greatest story ever told. I mean, how much did he make up? How much was bullshit? How much was a fishtail? And they didn't have glasses or hearing aids back then. How much did he actually see or hear or, whatever the fuck,
Right.
Plus, they're all smoking weed.
It was the death penalty back then,
yeah.
And they crucified 2 people with him. They were on death row with him.
Yeah. I mean, it's fucked up shit. They're stupid.
But religion needs it to look pretty, so they translate. My dad was a minister that used to beat me when I was at home. I used to have to live this dichotomy of sitting in the audience and listening to people praise him and shake his hand. That hand would go home and beat the dog shit out of me.
Yeah.
I know all about this protecting monsters to keep their social.
Well, just watch
image
the
strong and
pedophiles in the
powerful.
church. How many pedophiles do you have to see in the church? If there's truly a priest or a God and he's going to allow people to spread his word, he's going to let that happen? I think not. You know what I'm saying? But it allows our presidents. That's because, again, we got stupid people living in America. But again, we found out that your vote doesn't matter, right? Stogner says our vote doesn't matter. So it was just all crooked billionaires, politicians buying votes, whatever, crooking. And so if we have no control, I mean, what's the point in even, there's nothing we can do about it until we have billions to be a player. So I'm going to smoke weed, at least stay healthy, and survival is the game, is it not?
And smile.
Survival is the game. They're going to go to prison for their sins. I believe in karma. I truly do. I'm sure you do too, the way you live. I believe in karma. So do good things. And good things happen, right? My name is Earl,
Yeah, we're planting soul seeds every day.
Yes,
right,
sir.
And that's the way I like to live my life. Maybe not when I was younger, but you learn from your past, you learn from your mistakes, and you grow and you become a better person. Right now, like I say all the time, pisses my family off, but we all make choices in life.
It's true.
I don't care what it is. We all make. You chose to leave the house. You chose to start your car. You chose to drink that drink. Whatever it is, we all make choices.
Yep. That's
So,
true.
Be responsible for your own actions. And let me do my actions because I'm not hurting anybody.
We get to make 2 choices. Some of us didn't get to make a second choice today.
Right. Yeah.
Some of us made a choice to get up, and that was it. They're not even breathing right now.
Right.
It's true.
So we're still here. I'm blessed.
Right. You made a choice to move on.
Yeah. It's you know what? I can't change what happened to me, but I can change how it affects me every day.
Exactly.
Every
Continuous
single day going
improvement.
forward, I can connect with somebody that's empowering. I can connect with somebody that needs a help up. Usually it's always helping somebody up. That's what makes me go. Is when I can't figure out my own shit, I just go help somebody out of theirs.
Right.
So speaking of that, when we're talking about you and what you've gone through, like the phantom leg pain, that sucks, right? Like that's obvious. But I don't really care about that as much as I care about you getting your life back from cannabis. You know what I mean? Like being addicted to pain medicine, and then, to me, that's more impressive than finding a strain that helps with your pain. So so when you were hooked on pain pills, did you smoke weed before? Like, what made you think, hey, I think this might be a vibe? Because I think people listening to this show, I think that might be the biggest takeaway people can take away from you is
Okay.
how do
This
I
is
get
a
my
Chilly
life
Willy
back?
story. This is a Chilly Willy story. Already got me chills already.
All right, I want to hear it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I started smoking weed when I was 14, uh, because I ran away from home all the time, because I was abused at home, and it just gave me a sense of relief. And so I used it on and off, and I used it to just hide in, and I hid myself, and I stayed numb, and I used it to help enhance my smile, like I told you earlier, to keep my dad in his place, to make my mom realize that she had the family that she didn't have, and the life that wasn't really going on, and so it helped me do that until it didn't, and things just fell apart, and it got miserably bad for a long time. And when I lost my leg, I'd been taking pills. I what I thought I was a high performer. I worked for John Deere. I was a pipeline welder, certified in unlimited thickness. I had built sport yachts for Sea Ray and Bayliner.
Jeez.
I just fucking could do it. I could fucking do anything, but I couldn't get my shit together. And when I lost my leg, it was it it was sad because my wife was having to work, and I got sent home with like 130 oxycontin soon as I got out of the hospital.
Ugh, jeez.
So I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to. I didn't wasn't ready for the pain. My family wasn't prepared. I was a half-assed drug addict and alcoholic. I was a mixed-up kid, and I started snorting it. I just instantly started doing it the wrong way, and I started trying
Wow.
to live that life of, well, look at me, I'm getting better, I'm surviving, and I started making this fake life until I
Denial.
couldn't make it with the oxys anymore. So then I got oxys every month, and I got Percocets every month, and hydros every month. And I was chewing hydros and Percocets in the morning. I was doing oxys at night, and then I was licking fentanyl off a knife blade in the bathroom.
Oh shit.
Damn.
And I was trying to take care of my fucking twins, man.
Which is not easy as a sober person.
Right.
No, I was legless. I didn't have a leg for 2 years. So those 2 years were my hell years. So I didn't have a leg. I was trying to take care of my kids. I was trying not to fall apart. I was trying to be a functional addict. I was taking Adderall. I was taking stuff for sleep. I had a pill for every function in life, even to go to the bathroom.
Yep.
And I I was gonna die. I was gonna die. I was gonna die right in front of my kids. And I knew it. I knew I was gonna die. And I couldn't stop, even though I didn't want to. I didn't want them to see it. And I couldn't. I didn't have the power. I didn't have the power to stop. It's hard to say today.
I can only
And,
imagine.
and cannabis, I don't know. I just remembered it all of a sudden one day.
Okay.
And I hadn't been smoking for a while. And I was like, you know what? Maybe, maybe, maybe that'll help. And I was so desperate. And my wife was so tired and so shaken. And she'd been hiding pills, and I'd been finding them. And life had been so terrible. Uh, we just moved to Colorado from Florida. We packed a 4-bedroom house. We sold everything we had, gave everything else away from my fucking addiction. We put everything in a 4x8 trailer with 3 kids at that time, and we left. We had nothing for my addiction,
Okay.
and we went to Colorado, and because we knew that it was at least legal there.
So your move to Colorado was a conscious move because to try to get off your.
I'm a little ashamed of it still, but yeah.
Well, I don't
was
think I'd be. You
consciously-
shouldn't be ashamed of that.
Well, I've never told this story.
Okay. Okay.
I thank you for sharing, for one.
Yeah.
I appreciate this. But people need to know what this plant can do, how far down you were, and how far back you've
yeah.
come to be where you are today, and cannabis right alongside it. And why can't we share this message for everyone? Because how many people are in your situation? How many people are drug dependent, stuck under that
millions.
paying just so insurance companies and drug companies can profit? I understand we need job creation, grow weed, heal everybody, and then let's find other shit for people to do.
Right.
Find fun new games to do. Make that your job. I don't care. How do we entertain the people? Be actors.
We lived in a self-medicate era forever.
Right.
Get rid of that nonsense. Like you said, go back to your why are you here on earth today? What's your purpose? How can you entertain the world? If that's your gift, if that's our gift, that's what we're trying to do. Be the weed advocates, entertain the world, if you will, but at least share the message. Get it out there.
It's more than weed, though, guys. It's health. It's a health platform.
Exactly.
It's a safe sanctuary for people that are coming through some of the most difficult times in their life, and nobody wanted to hold on to me. Trust me, I was a crippled up cactus, and you did not want to hold on to me.
Yep.
And if I wouldn't have had cannabis, nobody would have came to help me because I wouldn't have presented myself in a way that could be helped.
Right.
I was savage. I was fucking frustrated.
How about this?
I was fucking cussing and mad and angry. I hated fucking everyone, and it was everyone's fucking fault. This happened to me. And cannabis allowed me to build a language where I would stop beating myself up, needing the pain every day for an identity, and I could change something for once in my life. And when I found that I could change something for once in my life, and I could look at a plant, and I didn't have to get on my fucking knees and have a debt of fucking gratitude because I saved myself.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just could just keep growing this plant, and I would keep growing inside. I would keep moving forward. I would start
Symbolic.
embracing fatherhood more. I would start being a better. I was a better husband. I started being a better friend. I started doing more authentic stuff to be able to help people in what they needed help with, not so I felt like I was helping people. Because
Right.
there's a difference.
Yep.
Compassion is not about being able to hold anyone in contempt or be able to come back and remind them what you did. It's compassion. It's having compassion for yourself, allowing yourself grace, and letting that spill onto somebody else so that they can feel relief.
Yep.
And cannabis did that for me. Cannabis built so many bridges, such a structure for me that I should have had built when I was a child.
Right.
It almost nurtured me. You could almost say it raised me. It found that little broken kid that I was even too afraid to go talk to, and it nurtured that. And I don't know how this is going to sound to people. I don't know if it's going to sound too spiritual or psychological or all the above, but I couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't, and I was raised by a minister, a man that went to college. I was raised in church. All kinds of talking. I have a 5th grade education, but I know what I can. Cannabis straightens so many things out.
So,
and I don't know why more people can't embrace it.
So my question is this, though. The level at which they're trying to hide it from us, how come they don't teach the endocannabinoid system in school? It was right there. It's a part of our system. We see how easy cannabis can treat it. That's talking to the rogue herbalist. And I think even before that, who was the guy we talked to that could scan your eye? And that was the
we don't talk about it in school because that will be educating the future, and they don't want us controlling our future.
Right.
Cannabis, all the different levels they can control. You can regulate all like a health vitamin or something. Like can control all the system shortages in your body based on the different plant you take, the different terpenes, and help even out that endocannabinoid system. Now, luckily, we smoke enough of it. Regardless, I'm not paying attention to what it is, but we're getting enough in there to get that uplifting feel. But we could dial it in exact. And if everybody can do that,
like if you don't have enough magnesium, you can't uptake
exactly.
B.
They teach that in school. Why can't you teach the endocannabinoid system so that you can be healthy right there? Why is that not next to the periodic table of food or whatever? Periodic table, you know what I'm saying? The table of food.
Regulating your nervous system as important as regulating your blood pressure.
But then later now we're finding out that's a scam.
What's that?
Like the whole how you're supposed to eat 3 meals a day.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that shit's a scam
yeah.
because it was created by the breakfast industry to make money. I said, well, what the fuck, guy? Nobody has our best interest in
The
mind.
sugar industry
it's all
paid
about
off
money.
the-
Exactly.
Yeah, paid off the.
It's fucked up. Like, what? Does nobody care about us?
No.
Well, that's it. But you got to care about
The
yourself.
answer's no.
You got
The
to care
answer's
about
no.
yourself
we're pawns,
first.
We're products. We're just people that drink the Kool-Aid.
Because I'm like you. I was where you were. I was so low. It's not that you couldn't deal with the pain because I wasn't even in physical pain anymore. It was just a mental thing, and it's just like why continue? This is pointless, and you're ready to give up. Like getting close to that verge. Like I started planning it out, and that scared the shit out of me. Like when you have
surrender.
When you have a plan for it to get to how you're gonna do it, and it's like that makes sense to you. I'm like, I got to stop what I'm doing.
Thank God you started smoking weed.
Right. And then I find weed.
I've done it. I've been there. I've been in a mental hospital once. I cut my wrist once. I say that. I'm not proud of it. When I was younger, I've been in 2 rehabs. And the funny thing is, it's like we talk with all the Epstein stuff going on, protecting monsters. The guy that did all the damage, my dad, he drove me to every fucking one. He took me to rehab. He took me to the mental hospital and dropped me off.
Jesus.
I don't know why nobody cares.
But I came
That's
down to
why I had to have a plant to save me. A plant. Just choke on that for a while. A plant had to come and get me.
that plant, and then it came down to nobody's going to want to do it for me but me.
Right.
If I can't do it for myself, then nobody will.
Right.
If I can't be there for them,
Partnership.
yeah. And so it started with myself, and I never looked back. And cannabis has helped me to be positive, and that and meditating helped me realize what the shit show's actually going on in my head.
Right.
And when you meditate while high, it's the best meditation. Like because you're so committed and less distracted, and you can really
I still
dig deep
haven't
in there.
meditated.
You scares
You
I
guys
think.
ever microdosed or anything?
Micro? Yeah. Yep.
I'm microdosing right now.
Yep.
Just
I
right now.
microdose all the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, because we talked to the good doctor. That was episode.
Something that we can. That's
39.
another thing we talk about. Or
Yeah,
not.
yeah. The
I
good
want
doctor.
to tell you guys because it's helping with a lot of trauma for me. It's helping me actually see things clearer without so much emotions getting in my way. I've had some really good cries, but I've also been able to talk through some stuff.
Good.
Yeah.
I was shocked.
So
it helps you. It helps me be in the moment, have more clear-headed, be more focused, so you can see those things. Inside yourself.
so
Can we stay connected after this so I can talk as you got? Because I'm doing this by myself. I've never done it. And I would love to have someone to talk to
hell
as
yeah.
I'm going and doing this.
Hell yeah.
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 Absolutely. And it's legal there.
It is illegal there, isn't it?
It's legal. They got a D9. They've got dispensaries all over the place. They're not making it's not medically legal yet, but it's passed. They're doing all the structures and all the things like that for it to get it going, which you know how that stuff goes. You have to appear off.
So they're working on making it legal, medically and
They're selling
recreational.
but they're selling it all over the place.
Right.
They got dispensaries. I got a dispensary a mile and a half, 2 miles from here.
Oh,
but
well,
they're
that-
selling eighths for $85.
Holy shit.
Son, what?
Eighths
They're
for
selling
85
for
bucks.
$85.
Ooh, that's pricey.
Yeah.
May take a road trip over to Illinois.
Right. Well, that
Yeah.
And then you can come see us in person.
yeah.
That's not a far drive.
Well,
I don't mind a bit. It's not a far drive.
I'm not far from you quite frequently with my boys in Laramie right now at school, so I go take 80 to go see them all the time. But I'll drop some off next time.
On Instagram, my personal phone number. Anytime we can connect,
Yeah.
please let's connect. I don't have a very big circle, and I'm building a little one now. So.
Good. Well, you're always welcome in ours, bud.
Yeah, absolutely. Reach out anytime. We're trying to boost our social media. So I guess if we see the comments on our social media, it helps boost the traffic. But we're trying to draw attention to our show because of the great message that you have to share. I appreciate that you're able to share your story here. And I guess I feel guilty trying to plug our show all the time, but to give us donations and everything. But it's just, it's simply because we truly want to do this for a living. Like
Right.
we can smoke weed, talk about weed every day, and not in I want to smoke weed for a living, but I want to be able to smoke weed because it's my medicine. But educate the world basically on how medicinal and how fantastic the plant and how it can help everybody.
Right.
And at the very
I
least,
wanna
let me
know-
do it and not have to feel ashamed about it.
But I want to know how it works too, so because I want to be able to plug you guys properly to be able to get that. so I know I want to talk with y'all a little bit after the show. So, because I want to get the donations to you guys. I want to be a
Well,
pathway
we
that
added,
helps people.
so again, I'm learning as I go because we'd never had a podcast before. I had the degree in broadcasting, so I knew how to record it. I knew how to edit it. I knew that kind of minimal stuff and that, the equipment that I use. That part was easy. Set up. I went to Best Buy Bun. I'm ready to go. And then it's like, well, I don't know how to create a website. I don't know how to do this. It's like, well, so then we're starting. GoDaddy makes it easy. So then we created the website. But it gives you these things that you can do for free, very limited function. And since we're small and growing, we're trying to operate within those functions. But it does have a donate button that I was able to connect to a PayPal account because we did start an LLC.
Okay.
We have Dick and Dank Productions is an official Illinois licensed company. I have our certificate up there. I have our notice to employees, which is him and I basically.
And Dunk when she's in
Dunk
town.
when she's here. So, I mean, I'm trying to play legit. We can file taxes or whatever and all that good stuff. But we want to be legit. We have a bank account here locally. Tripod's our vice president of the bank there, but I got to throw him out there. But, we're trying to be legit and be the voice, and then having great people like you. Now, initially, it was find a great guest, let them share their story, and then you're going to tell your friends, and they're going to tell their, hey, you got to hear, Trauma Translator, man, listen to the story right here. And then, it just kind of grows from there organically, I feel. And so the more people we talk to that we get to share their story, that's how we grow. So if you have people like you that cannabis has changed their life, have them email Dank at dickanddank.com, and then they can be a guest. We can go right here on Instagram. We can phone stream. They can see us. They can be one of the rare few that actually know what we look like, other than the cartoon pictures I put up on Instagram. But, we're trying to grow, and the people like you that support our message and our business plan here, then you can share, and we can all grow together because we just want to spread the good word about cannabis.
Well, and I think the more people that tell their story and the more people that hear our podcast, hear the stories from people from different backgrounds, I think that helps break down the stigma of, lazy, worthless stoners. They look at people,
Yeah.
they look at guys like us,
I want them to know we're successful people that operate highly in our industry and smoke cannabis all day.
Right.
They look at,
Rename it. Let's rename it, reclassify it,
right.
recharacterize it.
So we're trying to change the stigma. That was our original plan. Let's change the stigma because it's cannabis. That's the name of it, and I don't think that's a negative connotation. But all the other names you want to come up with, dopers or whatever, potheads, but it's a medicine and it heals us. So as I was saying, you can't replace your limb, but you get the prosthetic, and then you take cannabis, and those two essentially are a cure because without those, you wouldn't be able to function like you can. And because of that, you can continue moving on, marching on. You can't replace it, you can't change it, but because of this, now you can continue on.
We wouldn't be talking today if it wasn't for cannabis. I wouldn't be in this situation. I don't know if I'd be here. I don't even know if I'd be alive today. Honestly, I can't tell you, but I know for one we wouldn't be talking because this is not what it looked like before cannabis. It was a mess.
And that's what
Messy.
And I want everybody to hear this message.
Yeah, because if you're out there, you were out there at your lowest, thinking, how in the hell am I going to get through this? That there's people that are going to listen to this show and go, oh, maybe I could try some cannabis. And then the next thing you know, I haven't used my pain pill. I used half my pain pills today.
Right.
And then tomorrow, next
a little
week.
bit.
Yeah.
The only thing
Try a gummy. Try it edible first, and start small. Start slow. Don't overwhelm yourself with your addict mindset.
Right.
Truth.
Go slow, and that cannabis came to nurture you. You don't have to devour it. This is where we get to slow down finally in our lives and enjoy things a bite at a time.
Yes.
And the only thing that's stopping
changed my
people
life.
is the negative pre-connotations that they have that it's a drug, it's bad, you'll be addicted, it's a gateway, whatever the shit show you want to say it does. That I probably would have believed until I started using it. And now I have to say, until you try it, I say you can't say anything about it until you know what it's about.
And I'm addicted
that
to it.
Me, I just say that's your lack of education about it. Because
I don't
if you
know.
knew more about it, that wouldn't be your story.
I don't know if it's addicted as it is a necessity for medication because I feel I could stop it. But then I'm like, well, why would I want to feel that way and go back to feeling miserable and depressed? So I'm like,
yeah, that's the thing. Like, I can't stop because
so
it
I'm
takes my
addicted
pain
to
away.
feeling good about myself and wanting to live.
Right.
Oh,
I'm happy and positive and healthy, and I eat well, and I
Right?
sleep good, and I talk with my wife, and my
Yeah.
kids play with me now. And
Right.
I'm addicted to having a good life. You're right.
there was a time I dreamed that would happen, but I couldn't make it happen naturally. My kids were detached from me. My wife didn't know what to do with me. I hated me.
Right. Same.
Oh my God.
Been there. It's miserable.
Yeah. And now,
And I don't know what to do with myself. If they're not here and I can't help one of them, I don't know what to do with myself. But now I can smoke weed and think, why don't I try this? You know,
Right.
You know, I used to like to draw. Let me try this. You know, whatever. It's nice. I'll just meditate and I'm at peace. You know.
It's with having the big role reversal that we had in our life, where I lost my leg and then my identity, and my wife had to work, and I had to taking care of kids all of a sudden, and I was used to cussing and welding and raising hell. It was so huge that I think cannabis is the reason that I was able to make that transition without my ego kicking my ass every day.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's not easy. You got to hand it to the women. It's a thankless job, changing diapers and fixing bottles. And I would drag a baby on a blanket on my ass in my teeth around the house and walk.
Right.
It's crazy raising little babies.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
How old are your kids
So
now?
the first service, my twins are 16, Bridger is 14, and Zoe is 7.
Holy cow.
And when I lost my leg, the twins were 2, and Bridger was 8 months old. I'd lost my dexterity. I couldn't even hold him for like a year because I couldn't feed myself. I couldn't hold peas in a spoon. I had to start from ground zero, like with infant strength. I couldn't even, my arms wouldn't even swing in unison together. They put sticks in my hand and make me walk.
Jeez.
I'd forgotten everything. I came out of the coma completely just dumb. I had no idea and then they gave me a bunch of pills, and it was awful.
So
It was
how
awful.
old were your kids when they found out that you smoke weed?
I think they were 10.
Your twins were 10?
Yeah, the twins were probably around 10.
Okay.
And they started smelling it in the house, and I was even ashamed to do it around them. So I would always go into another room
Yep.
and I would try to keep everything separate out of respect,
Sure.
because because I also knew what addiction was, and I was afraid of it. So I was afraid I just wanted to be irresponsible in front of them.
Right.
Even though because I didn't feel irresponsible. I just felt like doing things without a good reason always made me feel irresponsible.
Right.
Until I learned I was using it to help myself.
Right.
So I felt ashamed of it for a while, even around my kids.
Right.
And then I got to where I just quit feeling ashamed of it. We started saying when we had to go to dispensaries, we had something, because I didn't even want to tell them where we were going.
Yeah, I stopped that
I would tell
early.
Angie, I'd be like, don't. We don't have to say where we're going. We can say we're going to the store. She's like, but they're going to know when we get there.
Yeah,
Right.
when I
I'm
started
like,
this show, I was like, I'm not hiding it no more. I was like, no. But I call it medicine because I want it to truly be
That's
what
what
I
I
is.
call
I
it.
call it medicine. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go
So-
take some
We call
medicine.
it medicine.
Yeah.
We don't call it weed. When they smell it, they don't like the house smells like pot. It's not. We don't have bongs sitting around. There's not
Yeah.
rolling trays and ashtrays
Nope.
and a lot of pot paraphernalia. It's
Right.
absolutely not that.
Right.
Same.
Same.
It's a
Same.
medicine that we
Yep.
take care of, that we respect. We treat it like one of the family. We give it all the respect it deserves.
Yep.
There you
And
go.
we don't showboat it. It's not for showboating, because it's saving my life every day. It's a
Right.
life preserver. If I give my life preserver away, I'm gonna fucking drown.
Right. So
Yeah, I have
so
to take care of it.
So do you think your twins, do you have concerns about them smoking cannabis now? Like, do you think that they're going to be predisposed to trying it sooner because dad does it?
I talk to them about it all the time, and I ask them if they have any ideas about it. And because we've been open with things, and they haven't seen a lot of mystery around it, even though it wasn't just handed to them openly,
Yep.
it wasn't disconnected from them.
Yep.
They could still sense it, see it, pretty much know what was going on. They don't have a mystery they're trying to figure out in their head about it.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
Yep.
just always been there.
Right.
Yeah, so they're like, it's medicine. and they don't have a rebellious bone about it.
Well, they're not going to have all the predetermined notions because nobody's taught them about it. It's something new. It's like everything else. Like, oh, it's something Daddy takes every day.
It doesn't feel exciting to them.
Yeah.
Right.
Like where other kids are like, oh, pot, wow.
Right. Well, just like I say,
we can't talk about that.
Right.
My kids are like, yeah, it's my dad's medicine. His leg hurts, and
well, just like I say, foreign countries like Europe, they don't have a drinking age, and then alcohol's not a big deal because it's always been there. They don't care if you don't make it a big deal. Porn, all that stuff, it's always there. I don't care. It's like it's not interest me.
Right. Yeah, and my boys are the same way. That's why I was asking you. I just was curious. I figured that you probably had the same approach that I did. In fact, my oldest sits out in Laramie. I was a little worried. He's not too far from Colorado, and he could get it if he wanted to. And I was like, ooh, how is this going to go? But he seems to, like his ex-girlfriend apparently became a stoner and became a lazy stoner, he says. These are his words, not mine.
I think that happens at the young age when you start.
Yeah. I mean, you got to, you can't just be somebody that starts smoking pot, and expect to not have any bad issues. Like you gotta be right in the head to keep yourself motivated. Otherwise it can be that way.
Right. Yeah.
But anyway, so he tells my wife that he's like, I totally understand why Dad uses it. I get it for medicinal purposes, but it just doesn't do anything.
Doesn't have an interest for me.
Yep. I have no interest in weed.
And mine doesn't either, which is good.
Yeah. Now maybe he's 18, maybe next year I'm saying, son of a bitch. That's all that kid does is smoke weed. And I'm, I fucked up, I don't know.
No, but see, then you're holding it back. Maybe he's better for it. Maybe I think it depends on the need. I think we've agreed that cannabis is not for while the mind is still developing. I think you have to wait. That's why the age is 21. I think your mind and body and everything is still developing probably through the age of 21. And you probably shouldn't introduce cannabis until that point, unless we've also talked to people that are using cannabis at a young age because there is a deficiency and they're able to treat it with that. So then it's medically viable to use.
So we are the ones that introduced cannabis to our kids at an early age, not the world.
Right.
We did it as parents because we used it as parents.
Right.
So it was our responsibility. And that's exactly how I feel. I educated mine to the point that it was so not this bad thing that we were trying to hide that they just didn't feel any mischief around it, I guess.
Yep.
It was alcohol was the same thing. We didn't
they didn't see any
drinking was everybody was okay with drinking. We didn't drink around the house. We didn't buy alcohol every time we had groceries to buy.
Yep.
We just wouldn't put those things out there. Our kids don't chase that stuff. I'm blessed. I'm thankful. I'm not bragging. I'm thankful.
No. But you put in the work. Young. You put in the work and explaining to them and talking to them. And a lot of parents don't do that.
We lived it in front of them.
Yep.
It wasn't fun either. So any parent don't think it's fun doing it. It's not.
Right.
There's a lot of explaining, a lot of questions you don't know how to answer. There's a lot of times you know you're getting it wrong and you still got to fight like you're getting it right. And it's.
Yep. Yeah. My youngest, sometimes he kind of jokes about it. He's being a kid, so I'm kind of waiting for him to grow out of that part. But yeah, I kind of figured that's what you would say. If you talk to your kids about it and you're honest about it.
So mine, he used to joke, and now he sees, he knows, and I'm not afraid. He's like, I'm not doing it right in front of him, I'm not blowing in his face or something like that. But I'll go outside. He sees, I'm not hiding it, and it's just normal. And he sees that there's no physical change that he can see out of me. He'll see, I'll probably brighten up. I'm in a better mood. Hey, Dad has more fun to hang out with now. So yeah, he's more enjoyable and to hang out with. But we
talked with Bridger about microdosing the other day, and actually just so that parents can know. And Bridger was someone that, when I explained to him what a mushroom was, that it was a psychedelic, that it was we explained LSD. Because it's a rabbit hole. You can't just say it's a mushroom. You can't. So once I did, and he actually he's my thinker.
Okay.
So he's actually looks back and he goes, "Well, is that all right, Dad? Because that's a drug." And I was good. I was happy hearing that from him.
Yep.
He's like, is it safe? And can you do this safely?
Yep.
And I'm like, man, good question.
Yeah. Yeah, you're thinking critically.
Because I taught my kids to correct me.
Yeah.
that you correct me. If you think I'm wrong, you don't have to challenge me, but you correct me. And I taught him how to correct the situation to feel like a part of the solution. Because I love my kids to correct me. Because if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm not always right. Rarely. I feel like, yeah, parenting, am I ever right? So
Yeah.
that was a concern for Bridger, but we were able to talk him through it. Angie and I were able to really kind of, we didn't act startled. We didn't act uneducated or like we didn't know. We were just simply like, hey, well, here's some facts because we had done research before we started doing it. So we were prepared. Preparation. That's what I can say for any parent. Prepare. Don't think you can go into anything with your kid unprepared. They're going to ask you every question you weren't prepared for.
Right.
Right. on.
And you won't be prepared for all of them anyway, but.
All right. I'm going to change
yeah,
I'm going to change the topic now, though.
Okay.
I'm going to change it because we're running out of time here. We've taken up enough of your time, but
No, that's good.
in interest of growth in the show, we've set certain goals for ourselves. We've had certain things. There was a Dank episode where we did an episode from the boat, and then we challenged. We went fishing.
Devin
Gambo from Rev Canada. He came out there and went fishing on our boat, recorded the episode while fishing. You know, we did the one up with Big Daddy Dan up there and at his place there. And so the next hurdle, besides our live stream, we want to do at the Edge and give away our 2 cases of Bentwater that was donated. Thank you, Bentwater. But the other thing we want to do is we want to have a shuffleboard episode where we get Frank Whistle and Guy on the Couch out here, which I did message them. You know, they said, yep, we got to get it going. So still don't have a date, but we're getting closer.
moving along.
But since you're here and we have a witness, I want to show you the status of the table so you can take a quick peek of what the table looks like.
Oh, my God, yes.
Are you going to be able to do that without unhooking everything?
Oh, he's going to do it. He's going to do it.
Now I got to figure out how to flip the camera around.
He's going to drop it.
All right.
You might have to turn it around and look like a selfie.
Maybe. I'm thinking about that.
Yeah, you
All
might
right,
have.
we'll do that then.
They can't see us anyway. They can only hear us. Oh, well, I like your room there. Are
He
you
can't hear you.
kidding me?
Let me move the microphone. Usually we'll be recording, and I'll have him sitting or standing
Puts
underneath
me
it.
right underneath that
because
fucking
you
thing.
see the cables. I have it literally hanging from the ceiling. I've got a winch over here. That
It's like 1,000 pounds.
I got a winch over there attached to the wall so I can raise it up so I can get my truck in here. And so, yeah, I've got the logo here on each end.
Wow. I need to come see you guys.
So, yeah, since
Yeah.
now that we know
Come
you're in
record in
Nebraska,
person.
you're not that far away.
I'm going to make it a plan. I'm going to put it on my list.
We got
That would be so awesome.
we're here in the Quad Cities, so we got John Deere, and so if you're into that, you can go over to their headquarters and tour their headquarters a little bit. And
Yeah.
and
I used to weld for them.
where'd you weld for them at?
And in Tennessee, I did all the rollover protection for them. They come in a big cabs came in big automated lines, and they would had a robot. They would turn it in every position in the world, and it was a zero defect. You couldn't have any mistakes. It'd take 12 hours to do one cab, and I'd weld all day long,
Damn.
making rollover protection for John Deere.
Jeez, that's cool.
And now they got robots doing it.
Yeah, they do.
Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. Again, robots, let them do the hard work. We'll do the easy work.
Right.
Telling the robots
It
what to
was
do.
fun,
They're
though.
here to do the hard work for us. But no, I appreciate you on short notice. We'll let you get back to your day. We just kind of stopped you from doing whatever you're doing because we had a last second error on Dick's part, I guess.
Whoops.
No, I love getting on here with you guys. I'd like to get on here with Hank Fire Genetics sometime and just let us all talk together about how it all came to be too. So
Yeah, we'd like to do that too. That'll be a good show.
I appreciate you sharing your story because we want to
thank you,
spread the
guys.
good word.
That was a tough one.
Yeah.
But thank you for helping get it out. The next time won't be so hard when I have to say it now.
I tell you what, one of the other things we've mentioned on the show that I've been avoiding my tough one because the Tipton Fire Department was the ones that pulled me out of the car. And I can't remember anything, from the accident in the next 3 weeks. I woke up in the hospital, and then Dick here, he knows people that work there, and so he would be able to arrange me doing an episode with him. But it's been 5 years since the accident.
What did you say?
2018?
So
Yeah.
8 years.
8 years. So it's been a while. It's in the past. So thanks to cannabis and everything else I've gone through, I finally on the back side of it. But I know to go like you to go there and talk to them is going to be an emotional one. So
Yeah, it was tough, but like I said, thank you guys. That's what you got. You started with a good challenge. You ended with a good challenge, and I'm better for it for you guys being in my life.
Well, we're better for you being on our show and being in our lives too.
Absolutely. You're making our show better.
Oh, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you, everybody. Stay dope, stay dank, and keep the discussions rolling.
Stay good. See you guys.
Yeah.
See you, buddy.
Here we go. Good night.
Talking things and important facts, like what's next, give me gas. There's a place that you wanna go. The clientele is really slow. DickandDank.com, oh yeah. DickandDank.com, alright. DickandDank.com. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. DickandDank.com. DickandDank.com.
I think I'm officially a little dumber after listening to that. I was actually thinking that as soon as you said that. Perfect. Good times.
How good did that feel? Honestly. That's it for today's Dope Discussions with Dick and Dank. You can binge us on Spotify, iHeart, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and SoundCloud, where you can even grab our theme song. True fans? Well, you know where to go, right to our website. Subscribe and get the newsletter from our vertically challenged distant assistant, Dunk. Yes, Dunk. Writes better emails than we do. Follow us on Facebook, Blue Sky, and X. But if you really want to get the inside scoop, hit us up on Instagram at DopeDiscussions_Dick and Mr. Dank5. Got questions or want to advertise? Email dank@dickanddank.com. Until next time, stay dope, stay dank, and keep those discussions rolling. Tired of the same old boring playlists? Then spark up something new. Music by Ernie on SoundCloud. It's fresh, it's fire, and it hits harder than your buddy's special, bro. Don't sleep on it. Search Music by Ernie today. We're not just a podcast. We're a community working to break stigma and share the truth about cannabis as medicine. When you donate, you're not just supporting us. You're fueling a movement that helps people find relief and live better lives. Join us. Be part of the conversation. Stay dope, stay dank, and keep the discussions rolling.